Welcome in, quick hitters. Well, it is Weary Wednesday. Hope everybody having a good one and a safe one. Trying to get through the week. We're right in the middle of it. Well, Madden 24 ratings are out. Few players may be upset. You know, they're always off by 1 or 2 points. But the way I look at it, just play the season. Numbers can bump up if you're not satisfied with your rating. We're going to cover the edge rushers and the wide receivers. Let's talk about it. Welcome back in, quick hitters. If you haven't followed me on Twitter yet, don't forget at Goodymo17. We talk sports over there. We also do gameplay, Madden as well, NBA 2K, the best gameplay in the business. So go over there and follow and get the updates. Also check out Goodymo Sports Quick Hits on wherever you podcast. Links will be in the description below. So let's get into it. Madden 24 ratings. Wednesday, they're going to cover the running backs. Thursday, the cornerbacks. And Friday, the quarterbacks. So we're going to start with the edge rushers today. Also, before I start, Goodymo Gaming. That's another gaming channel that I have. You also can go there for the gameplay. So go over there and subscribe. We got some outstanding gameplay over there. NBA 2K and Madden. So go over there and check that out and subscribe if you enjoy the gameplay. All right, let's get into it. Number one at the top, tied for first, is Nick Bosa from San Francisco 49ers, 98 overall. I don't think nobody has a problem with Nick Bosa being 98 overall, could possibly be 99, but a hell of an edge rusher. Bosa makes a 4-point jump from 94 to 98 and finds himself in a tie with Garrett for the top spot after an NFL best 18.5 sacks last season. His second straight with at least 15 sacks. Yeah, he's the best out of the Bosas, but I think throughout the year he will fluctuate. I think he'll easily be a 99. So yeah, Nick Bosa, he does fit the bill, so we don't have no problems with him with a 98 or a 99 rating. Go down here to Myles Garrett, another beast for the Cleveland Browns. 98 overall for him. Same with him, he can easily be 99. Guy puts in work for the Browns. Pretty sure he's going to come in this year and just going to wreak havoc even more. The first Browns player to ever be part of the 99 club. Garrett remains one of the best in the league and could end up as a 99 again at some point of this season. And be honest with you, this is what I'm talking about. See, these guys, they can be upset about their ratings, but all you got to do is put in the work. Your ratings are going to rise as the season go on if you're just producing and getting better. So yeah, they might get it wrong, and they do get it wrong, like 1 point, 2 point, 3 points off of your rating. But like I say, you can patch that all up just with your play. Come in and show them, hey, I'm better than a 94. You should have had me at 98. Put it out there on the field. It will change. So yeah, Myles Garrett, I have no problem with him at 98. Might as well say 99 because he will be there before the season is over. You know, hopefully no injury, anything like that, but you can plug him in. He's just as good. Number 3 on that list is Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys. Anything with Dallas Cowboys make me itch all over anyway, but we're not going to go get into that. We're going to give the guys due. He does put in work. They got him at 97 overall. I don't see a problem with that either in my book. Somebody else might have a problem with it, but I think he's okay in that area. It feels like a matter of time before Parsons hits the 99 club and ends up as the top edge rusher. Parsons makes a huge jump this season from an 88 overall, where he was tied for 7th among linebackers, to his rating as the number 3 edge rusher with the second best finesse rating 95 and tied for 5th in power moves with Matthew Judon at 89. No problem with Parsons. Puts in work for the Cowboys. I'll just wish him well individually, but as a team, I hope they fall severely. Fall severely. Oh, here goes one of the favorites. One of my favorites. T.J. Watt. We had his brother in Houston for many years. J.J. Watt, the legend. Big things from him. Big things from Watt over the years in Houston. Great in the community. He's a stand-up guy. He is a winner. And he will be embedded in Houston for his whole life, the rest of his life. He'll be honored in Houston. So his brother's saying, well, we're going to show him some love. Coming out of Pittsburgh, T.J. Watt, 94 overall. Now, I will say they got this one wrong a little bit off a few points. T.J. Watt is a hell of a player. I'm thinking he might have got dinged because of injuries. A lot of these players get dinged because of their injuries. They got injured last season, missed a valuable, amount of time. They might get hurt 1 or 2, 3 points off of this. Because overall, I'm looking at T.J. Watt, and I'm sorry, but I got to put him at a 97 or 98. So I say they got about 3 or 4 points off wrong on T.J. Watt. This guy motor runs, and it runs hot, and it runs often. I mean, you don't need to put no springs or no bearings or anything on him. They all can just bust the sprockets, and he's still going to go in there and handle his business. T.J. Watt, one of my favorites. Let's go down here to Von Miller, Buffalo Bills. Yeah, he's up in age. I think 94 for him. I'm not going to argue with that. I think he's okay in this spot. If you ask Von, he might say, well, they could at least put me at 95, 96. I wouldn't argue with 95. But to be on the safe side, they say, we're going to put you at that 94. We're going to see how you do in the season and see if we can get you that one more point. But like Watt, Miller had an injury shortened 2022 season, but still picked up 8 sacks and 12 games. The former 99 club member is on the back end of his career. Like we just mentioned, he is on the back end of his career. He's up in age, but he's still serviceable. But still a problem-causing presence. His rating jumped up 2 points from last season, 92 at launch. Although he remains tied for 4th, Miller is 4th in power, 90, and tied for 3rd with Watt in finesse, 94. So hats off to him. We'll call him the old man now. But hey, rating 94, that's not bad. He'll still go in there and cause havoc like he's been doing. But check out the Las Vegas Raiders. Max Crosby. You want to talk about a gamer? This is another gamer here. 94 overall. I'm pretty sure he'll say, hey, put me a little higher here. But you know what? I'm going to keep him at 94. I think it's good to start this season. We're going to see what he's going to do as the season extends. But I have no problem with Max Crosby being 94 overall on this rating. The second newcomer to the list, Crosby had the best season of his career with 89 tackles, 12.5 sacks, and 22 tackles for loss, making his second Pro Bowl. Puts in work. Now we're going to go down here to number 7, look at another Bosa here. The lesser of the couple, of course, but he still puts in work. He's got a 91 overall. Pretty sure he wants to get that one up in the rankings. But 91, yeah, we'll roll with that. Why not? I might have put him at a 94, but we'll keep him at 91. He can move that needle up if he just comes in this season, put his head down, and go cause havoc. Bosa's 91 overall remains unchanged from last year, but he does drop a spot due to the emergence of Parsons and Crosby last season. So yeah, Joey Bosa, continue to put in your little work and maybe we'll move it on up, but hey, you just duplicated. It's time for you to move up in the rankings. So it's all on you. Put in the work, continue, and we'll see. Hassan Reddick, Philadelphia Eagles. 90 overall, have no problem with that. He's up and coming. He just got to keep on making plays out there on that field. That's all it is to it. Continue to make plays. You will get blessed. That's the way I'm going to look at it. 90 overall. If we ask you, I don't think you'll argue with that too much. I think you know you need to put in more work. And due to the defense losing the Super Bowl last year, I mean, I don't think any defensive guys can really argue too much about their ratings, because that Super Bowl was just spread it like mayonnaise. Not Hellman's, Miracle Whip. So let's go down here to DeMarcus Lawrence, another Cowboy. Can't have too many on this list. I don't want to bust out into a rash. But yes, Dallas Cowboys nonetheless, 90 overall. This guy here, I'm going to be honest with you. He should be higher. Now, that don't mean he got to come out of the gates as higher at 90 overall, but you can ask him. He should be finishing higher. A guy like DeMarcus Lawrence should be no less than 95. He should be on a higher end, 95, 96, 97. Nobody will have no problem with that. But he has to put in more work. He got to be more consistent. Dallas got to start winning some ball games and get back into the playoffs. All of that could be factors. But him singled out one-on-one, he just have to continue to put in the work. But I think if you ask him, he will tell you, my number should be a lot higher than that. We're going to go down to number 10. Matthew Judon, New England Patriots, 89 overall. Be honest with you, I haven't really watched this guy too much. I'm not going to argue with 89 with him. So, hey, maybe he can plead his own case. In his second year with the Patriots, Judon had a career best 15.5 sacks, along with 28 quarterback hits and 14 tackles for loss. He's tied with Parsons for 5th in power rankings at 89, enough to push him above some other talented edge rushers. Obviously, the guy's got game. He's got talent. He caused havoc. So I don't think he will stay at 89. I would predict this year he can move on up, especially on the New England Patriots. I mean, there's not a lot of superstars over there throughout the years. They kind of make regular players almost into stars. They're kind of like the Miami Heat. They find these guys and they build them up. And next thing you know, they turn to household names. We'll see what he can do. But second year with the Patriots, you just never know. We're going to go down here. We're going to cover these wide receivers. And I love the wide receivers. Love the wide receivers. Now, I played wide receiver in high school, but I tell you what, it was unfortunate. Could have been a better years that I played. My years mostly came in junior high, mostly, and a little part of high school, maybe sophomore, freshman a little bit. I was at tight end position, but once I moved to that wide receiver position, that's when everything changed for me. If you think tight end and wide receiver is like the same, it's not. People think, well, if you wreck shop at tight end, you should be wrecking shop at wide receiver. That was a little different for me. And not only that, in football, it was a confidence thing with me as well, too. I never built up enough confidence to go out there and make the plays I needed to make. I was in my head too much at wide receiver and football when I moved from tight end. But wide receiver, oh man, great things. Great things. The talent was there. The confidence at that position at that time in football, which is my second sport, just didn't come out for me. But basketball, that's a whole different ball game. But yes, wide receivers, that is my position there. Love wide receivers, especially the big guys, 6'4", 6'5", go up there and grab the big balls. Pause. You know what I mean? But yes, put it in, great. Justin Jefferson, 99 overall. No one is going to argue with this. This guy here has just been wrecking shop. Once he jumped on the scene, he just grabbed it and ran with it. Unbelievable guy. Like his size, like his hands, like his attitude, his swag, everything up and down with this. Because remember, a few years ago, like Davante Adams, he's number 3 on this list. He was pretty much number 1 for a while. And the shocker for me is when Tyreek Hill moved up to number 2, because I was sitting there thinking, Tyreek Hill, number 2, best wide receiver. I mean, I know we're doing ratings, but they have put a list up to who they was thinking who was the best wide receiver in the game. And Tyreek Hill was up there still. I think possibly number 2, like he is on his Madden rating. Now, he packs a punch. But let's go back to Justin Jefferson. We putting the carriage before the horse. We don't want to do that. 99 overall for this wide receiver, man. I don't think no one's going to argue with this. This guy is just unbelievable. Jefferson sees a nice jump from a 93 overall and becomes a member of the 99 club for the first time at launch in his career. The reigning Offensive Player of the Year takes the crown after a season where he had 128 catches for 1,809 yards and 8 touchdowns. And for those who got confused off the 1,809 I just called out, 1,809 yards and 8 touchdowns. This guy's a beast. He is a beast. Tyreek Hill. Small package, but I'm telling you, a dynamic punch. Speed just kills, right? Hands. If you want to doubt his hands, I haven't seen this guy really drop the ball that much. To be honest with you, we know about his big play capability and his speed down the field. And I'm not going to argue. At first, it kind of took me by surprise, him being this high is one of the greatest wide receivers in our game right now. And I know that just came most of y'all's speed and the big plays that he gets. But when you go down to his hands, I haven't seen this guy drop many big plays, man. Just drop balls. I just haven't seen it. So it's hard to sit here and argue with this. You can't argue with it. 98 overall. Guy is something, man. Hill moves up to the 2nd spot ahead of last year's leader. Hill's first year in Miami led to a career best numbers in receptions and yards, even with multiple quarterbacks throwing him the ball. And not playing with Patrick Mahomes anymore, posting 119 catches for 1,710 yards and 7 touchdowns. Hey, man, you got to tip your hat off to him. And like they say, when he left Patrick Mahomes, a lot of people's like, his number's going to drop. He's not going to be the same player. You know, he can't put up these numbers. Well, he has. He's done that and more, and he's got a 98 overall. And depending on how this season, you know, he comes in this season, could be a 99. Davante Adams. He's one of my favorites. 97 overall. This guy, he's kind of dropped off the list a little bit over the past couple of seasons. Obviously, he's not with Aaron Rodgers no more, not with Green Bay. He's over there with the Las Vegas Raiders. Still got a wreck shop over there, but yeah, he had a little bump off. The year he went, they didn't make the playoffs. I mean, just a terrible season. But I think this guy can get back on the map. I really do. And especially, I think this year he really is going to come in with a chip on his shoulder, because you know he's been in the news, you know, doing a little this and this and, you know, what have you, what's going on over there with the Raiders, taking his comments out of context and all this kind of stuff. So he wants to come out and prove something. There's no doubt about that. At 97 overall, that can bump up. I expect him to do big things. Big fan of Davante Adams. So, yes, hope you do well, sir. Look at this guy, Stephon Diggs. You know what? They got a little video for us. We're going to check this out real quick. Why not?
It's Madden Ratings Reveal Week. Let's go!
Yo, you got to get this rating up.
I'm trying to be a 99.
Speed, strength, awareness.
This is one of the baddest men to ever play the game.
Bad
He
24.
looks like he's a video game player.
They had to do it.
That's a 95.
They had to do it.
How do you feel about your rating?
Disrespectful, man.
I can work with that, as long as my speed's like a 97.
If it's not a 99, I'm not satisfied.
There we have it. Hard to please these guys. They want their ratings up high all the time, right? But Stephon Diggs, I have no problem here. Great hands, good speed, guy you can depend on third down, no matter the distance. 96 overall. I think he has dropped down the list as well, past year or so. But he's still a hell of a guy. The only problem on Stephon Diggs is guy could be a drama queen. We don't know yet. We're going to see coming to this season. But he does a lot of pouting and shouting on that sideline, getting, mad and pissed off. He's not getting the ball at certain points of the game, getting on his quarterback. So we got to see. Don't know if this guy going to turn to a Terrell Owens or what. But he's got a hell of a lot of talent. And I'll give him that. I am a fan. But I just want him to cut down on his antics a little bit. Everybody wants to win. I know he wants a Super Bowl. He wants everything to go great. But, yeah, man, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself because you're a hell of a wide receiver, and you better keep catching those balls. Because, like I said, you put a good spotlight on yourself, and you're a hell of a wide receiver, and I am a fan. But let's get this Beckham Jr. stuff out of your system and this early year young T.O. style of antics you're doing. So we got to get that out of the game for you. Just continue to put in the work. And Cooper Kupp as well. I think he was high on the list too. See, some of these guys get injured like Cooper Kupp and they just drop off a little bit. But I am a big fan of Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp ain't got all the speed in the world, but I tell you what, he has remarkable hands. The guy is always open. He's going to get the down and distance. He's going to get that 3rd and 4. He's going to get that 3rd and 2. He's going to get that 3rd and 15 catch. The guy will catch it short and run long to get the first down. He will break tackles as well. Man, this guy, I mean, what can you not like about him? I love him. I love him. Cooper Kupp. You just don't find a lot of white guys that's receivers in this league that come in just going to wreck shop like the way he does. The guy's a hard worker and he's tough edge, tough nosed. Just got to love it. 96 overall, this guy could be higher than that. Because in about a year or two ago, if you told me he was 99, I wouldn't have argued with you. But due to his injury and his team falling off a little bit, he's going to have some work to do to try to bump that back up. But he come in nice and healthy, go in, hey, he can prove us wrong again. Go out there and take care of business. Kupp dropped from number 2 overall and a 98 rating to a tie for 4th and a 96 in part because he was injured for half of last season. Even in 9 games, he had 75 catches for 812 yards and 6 touchdowns. So yeah, man, just by staying healthy with him. But the talent is there. It will not drop off. He puts in the work. All right, Jamar Chase. Now, we talked about him earlier. I think I might have had him spotlighted this year. Quick hit spotlight. Yeah, he ran his mouth a little bit. He want to say Patty Mahomes who? Well, he put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season, as we already covered. 94 overall rating. I bet if you ask him, he will tell you he should be higher. And he should be. But, I don't know, man. There's more to prove. More to prove. Can't keep getting bumped out of the playoffs, that's for sure. So the spotlight's on you. You want to prove you're better than 94 overall? Come in this year and shut some people up. And especially the Kansas City Chiefs. Spotlight's on you. 94 overall. To me, a guy like you, where you play, your work ethic, your build, the makeup, yeah, you should be at least around 97. I ain't gonna give you no 98, 99 yet. You got a lot more to do to get to that level. Be part of that 99 club. You a little bit far off from that, but 94, think coming in this season, they might have got you right. But, like I say, high ceiling for you, 96, 97. We'll see if you can get there. If not this season, maybe next season. Chase took a huge jump up in the ratings from an 87 at launch last year into the top 10 the first new face in the launch top 10 this year. One he could easily argue he should have been there after his dynamic rookie year, but he followed it up with 87 catches, 1,046 yards, and 9 touchdowns in 12 games last season. Just put in the work. You done talk your talk. See if you go back it up. Take down the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll be rooting for you. Hopefully y'all can do it. But if not, stay at 94, drop lower. All right, let's go to DeAndre Hopkins. 93 overall. I think we all can say he's one of my favorites. Obviously, a Houston Texan. You know, former Houston Texan. Would have loved to have him back this year. Didn't work out that way. He's a Titan. We had him on a quick hit spotlight earlier, a few days ago, actually. So, he's one of my favorites. The guy has remarkable hands. Big, clownish hands, can grab anything around his vicinity. Don't matter how many bodies falling on him, laying on top of him, kicking him in the butt. He's still going to come down with that catch. He's that good. He's that great. But once again, he's been injured as well. He has some things to prove to get back up in the overall rating on Madden 24. So, guy like him, I see him as good as a 98, 99. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not just saying that being biased because he was a Houston Texan. I believe he has that kind of talent. They could easily be a 98, 99. But due to all this stuff that's been going on with him, hey, can you blame him? He'll come out at launch at 93. See if they can bump up a little bit. Maybe it's too late. Maybe they think he's over the hill. Maybe they think he's got a lot more to prove than he believes. But we're going to see. Rare is the free agent rated in the top 10 this late in the Madden rating cycle, but Hopkins is a rare case after being cut by the Arizona Cardinals, a former member of the 99 club. He dropped from number 4 and a 96 last season, but he's still one of the best in the game and could be helped quickly depending on which team he signs with, which is the Tennessee Titans. So good luck to you, man. To me, in my heart, you always be a Houston Texan, Houstonian. It didn't work out us picking you up this year, but hey, even if you never play for us again, Houstonian for sure. Big fan. Keep doing your thing. DeAndre Hopkins. Terry McLaurin. This is another guy I like. I'm not a big Washington Redskins fan, but I tell you what, I do like this guy. He's coming into his own. He can catch, he can work out, he can do it. No doubt about it. Good wide receiver. He's at 92 overall, and I'm pretty sure he looked at it this year and he was like, okay, at least I'm in the 90s. But I have bigger things I want to do, and I guarantee you he at least want to get up in the 95, 96 range if he can. But he'll take that 92. He knows he's a young whippersnapper on the block, so I don't think he have no problem with that. But moving it up in the charts, pretty sure he's hoping that's in the future. McLaurin moves up a spot from number 9 to number 8 and 1 ratings point from a 91 last year. McLaurin's hands are lauded. A 97 catching rating and 94 catching and traffic mark, and he's a 90 in both deep and medium route running after having a career best 1,191 yards last season. He's caught over 75 passes in each of his last 3 years. Good guy. Like I say, he's up and coming, 92 overall, looking to jump up in the rankings. He done big things. I've seen a lot of games and highlights with him last season. Guy got some work. He caught some big balls. Pause. No doubt about it. Now we're going down to one of my guys, of course, and Eagle, of course. I always got to roll out the red carpet when I'm talking about a Philadelphia Eagle. But yes, man, A.J. Brown, I was a little surprised, and a few people on television were surprised as well. They got this guy so low, not only on the wide receiver chart, but on the ratings. Are you kidding me? That's total disrespect. Not only they disrespected Jalen Hurts, put him at like number 6 for his quarterbacks, you're going to come in and put A.J. Brown at a 91 overall. My goodness, are y'all looking at the Super Bowl and saying we should have won it and we just slipped and fell and tapped our head on the curb? So you want to take that out on us? What's going on? 91 overall for A.J. Brown. I'm not going to believe that. Now, 95 ought to have been like, okay. I mean, 95 is reasonable here, folks. But it's okay. There's going to be a little hatred come our way. You know what I mean? Go in there and put in the work and stay strong and prove everybody wrong and try to get that number bumped up some. During the season, the second newcomer to the top 10, Brown was an 87 at launch last year and tied with Chase and Brandon Cooks for number 18 receiver in Madden 23. Wow. Yeah, it shakes me up a little bit, but it's okay. We're gonna continue to get lowballed, but he'll come in. He'll come in and get that up. I mean, 87 at launch last year, and then you come in with a 91. Let's try 95. All right, let's get off of that. Every time I talk about Eagles and all the other stuff start to come back up. Well, let's move along. Let's move along. Amari Cooper, Cleveland Browns. You want to talk about a guy that fell off the wagon? I mean, he played for the Cowboys, and when he played for the Cowboys, he did wonderful and great things over there. That's when his stock was very high. Now he's with the Cleveland Browns. Due to them, pretty much stinking, but they on the rise. I mean, they getting better and better and better. We're going to see what Deshaun Watson's going to do under a full season, and got some good defensive guys over there and see if he can jump back on the map, Amari Cooper. But 91 overall, I think to him, he'll think he's a little higher than that as well. I think he could be easily around the 94, 95 rating myself. We'll see during the season if he can bump that up a little bit. But I think even if he looked at it, he would say, 94, 95, I wouldn't have nothing to argue with that. Got a lot of young, good, great receivers in this league, and they kind of passing me up just a little bit. And I can just take that back, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th seed if I need to. But put me at 94, 95. Don't disrespect me at 91 overall. So, he's got some stuff he's got to take care of. Cooper bumps up 1 point and up from number 10 into a tie for 9th. The game praised Cooper's route running, 93 deep route running, number 5, 91 in medium route running, number 8, and 91 in short route running. Tied 8th, a move to Cleveland saw a return to consistency for Cooper, who had 78 catches for 1,160 yards and 9 touchdowns. So yeah, he's still a great receiver, don't get me wrong, but 91, he's going to have to get that up. And anybody can get lost when you go to Cleveland. I'll tell you right now, you play for the Browns, you can get lost in the brush a little bit. But yeah, I'm hoping he can bump that up a little bit, get his game back intact. So yeah, man, that was the wide receivers. We got them covered. Madden 24 rating is out. More to come. They're going to run these things all the way through Sunday. So, yeah, it was fun. But, yeah, a few points off on some of these players. Some players are mad. Some are sad. Some are angry. Some are excited. But, overall, all you got to do is take care of your business throughout the season. That's one good thing about Madden and NBA 2K. All because your rating is that at launch, it doesn't mean it has to stay. Prove your game, go out there, be a beast, and you can gradually see your ratings just go up and rise and rise and rise. But you go out there and you stink up the place, or you get injured half the season, you can see that rating drop, especially coming into the following season. You always pay for it on the back end next season when you haven't even been available for games. This Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Don't forget Goodymo Gaming. Obviously, I'm going to put this on Goodymo Gaming. That's the gaming channel. That's where you can go find all the gameplay on there, the best gameplay in the business. Go check it out. We do NBA 2K. We do Madden. So Madden be coming up this season. Check out the clips. Don't forget to follow on Twitter. Thanks for y'all time. The people who subscribe, I appreciate it. I seen the comment section. Y'all starting to talk a little bit. That's great. At Goodymo17. Don't forget, we do sports news and clips over there. And we also do gameplay. So beware. And everything will be fair. And then we can rock it over there. So hey, peace. We out of here.